This is the weekend edition of iFIBER 1 News, where we present some of the top stories from this week and your weekend weather forecast.
And from the weather department, we are looking at rather unsettled weather pattern. We try to warm it up, but could be some slick spots in the next couple of days to watch out for.
Stay tuned for more on this week's edition of iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your number one source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
One of our top stories for this week was the Lee Theater's Super Bowl party. And here with the story is Jeff Chu.
More than 160 Seattle Seahawks fans saw the championship team win Super Bowl 48 on the biggest screen in Ephrata and quite possibly Grant County. The Super Bowl party Sunday at the Lee Theater was the result of the theater's new digital movie technology. The Lee teamed up with iFIBER Communications for high-speed internet, which brought high-definition TV to the theater's silver screen. It was the closest thing to having a huge window view of all the action at New Jersey's MetLife Stadium, especially since the Seahawks offense and defense made horse meat out of the Denver Broncos. Theater co-owner Steve Whetstone and the theater staff hustled to get the hot wings, hot dogs, pizza, and popcorn ready before the doors were opened.
We're trying to provide a very family-oriented atmosphere so that those that don't want to go to a local bar or tavern or someplace like that can come here, bring their family, and enjoy the Super Bowl.
Whetstone said general seating was open while booths were reserved.
12 hours after we announced we're going to do the Super Bowl, they were all reserved.
He said the event could become a tradition.
It's special this year because of the Seahawks, but we're hoping this is our first annual.
Excited Seahawks fans lined up early to get inside the theater. Billy Hall was joined with her best friend, Kristen Leslie, both of Ephrata. Hall explained how she converted from a Broncos fan to those who love the Seahawks.
I'm a split family. I grew up a Broncos fan and married my husband 14 years ago, and now I'm a Seahawks fan.
Converted.
And right now I'm not talking to my mother or my cousin or my aunt who live in Colorado.
Anthony Evans said he was impressed with the festive theater event.
I think it's an awesome idea. I like the atmosphere. There's a lot of people here, and it seems to be a good thing, It's good for the community to get together and watch it on a big, giant screen, and go Seattle.
Seahawks fans didn't hold back. Adding to the family festivities, theater staff raffled off prizes during commercial breaks, giving away prizes to those who signed up in the lobby.
Go Seahawks!
I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
A new business is opening its doors in Ephrata and offering something different for lunch.
Pita Pit is set to open on Monday in Ephrata. Owner Pam Lessaman said she decided to bring Pita Pit to Ephrata after multiple people gave her the idea. She has always loved Pita Pit restaurants, so she decided to contact the company. She received a response the next day. Lessaman said Pita Pit is a lively company. After training with the Pita Pit Corporation, she's found that the pita business is all about having a fun, friendly, and clean environment. The interior of the restaurant reflects the positive mood that Lessaman hopes to bring to the community. With plenty of seating, Lessaman expects to draw in a big crowd next week. She believes that the business will attract more than just Ephrata residents. She expects people from all over Grant County. Lessaman said the doors open at 10 a.m. on Monday. She said they are also offering catering and delivery services. For iFIBER 1 News, I'm Courtney Vasquez.
Thank you, Courtney.
Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the Department of Corrections asks that you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m.
And we'll be right back after this.
DQ $5 lunch. I'm really into it. One thing I can't decide. Is it chicken strips, fries, and a drink with a free sundae, or do you get a sundae with free chicken strips, fries, and a drink? Trick question. Both answers are correct.
Exactly, Sam. It's Fananomics. Entree, fries, drink, plus a sundae. The $5 lunch, only at your DQ. This is fan food, not fast food.
Are you looking to improve your or your child's smile? At Casciati Orthodontics, we make it our mission to make braces more affordable and fun. Our business has proudly served the Columbia Basin for over 20 years, and our new conveniently located state-of-the-art facility offers a relaxing environment full of fun activities for the kids. We accept all types of insurance and have convenient payment plans available. Give us a call for a complimentary evaluation, no referral needed, or check us out on the web and make an appointment online.
And hi there, everybody. Meteorologist Don Morelli with you here on iFIBER Channel 1 News. Your weather forecast through the weekend and into all of next week is brought to you by Bud Cleary Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Well, the headlines looking like we're getting back to seasonal temperatures, but as we warm it up, things get unsettled. A very unsettled weather pattern next couple of days. We'll start off on the light side with some weak flurries here or there overnight. Could be a dusting to a half inch in some areas, but mostly tonight and Sunday. A brief break again develops on the Saturday afternoon time frame. Monday morning, Tuesday morning, interesting. We could have some very slippery, freezing rain situation developing. And then warm enough just to plain old rain, especially during the afternoon hours Monday and Tuesday, but more so on Wednesday. So you get the picture. We're very unsettled now for the next couple of days. 22 and 2. 2 seems to be the common number past 24 hours. Record low was 1, so we just barely missed that. We had overnight snow showers. Clouds broke around 4 or 5 this morning, at which time temperatures were in the lower teens. In 1 hour, temperatures dropped a good 10 degrees, around 5, 6 in the morning. Similar story in Moses Lake. For 2 days in a row, a new record. Actually, this ties the record. But we'll set it again, and 0.02 of an inch of some light snow, dusting to a half inch here and there. So again, some slip spots, again, already here and there across the Columbia Basin. 19 degrees right now. We're looking at a setting sun and dew points at 11, but mostly cloudy skies. We have some more precipitation trying to come in from the southwest overnight tonight, so we'll continue to see a snow shower threat overnight tonight through the first half of Saturday. Put this into motion by noon. See most of it stays to our south and actually a few breaks during the afternoon, but then the moisture slugs tries to come back again by Sunday afternoon and evening. So in this sort of pattern, every 12 to 15 hours, we get a wave of moisture coming across, and it just depends how warm we are for the type of precipitation. And generally during the overnight morning hours, could be snow or freezing precipitation. Now on our Saturday, some wet weather continues out to our south and southwest particularly. Some breaks possible in the inland northwest. We're looking for actually a couple of inches of snow to continue. As far as the Columbia Basin goes, morning snow showers likely. I think during the afternoon we'll see some breaks. Temperatures generally in the 20s, you can see, if not near 30. That's still about 10 degrees below where we should be this time of the year. Quick look at the next 7 days, and very unsettled. That's the highlight here, high precipitation chances. And again, it's the morning hours, especially Monday and Tuesday morning. We could have some slippery starts to your work week. Showers, though, in the afternoon and mainly rain for the later in the week.
It's a fact. Toyota offers 10 different vehicles with available 4 or all-wheel drive. So when you need to drive in challenging conditions, we have your answer with great limited time savings, including the new 2014 Tundra. Choose from excellent cash back savings, a low payment lease, or special financing as low as 2.9%. Tundra, ready to take you down winter's toughest roads. Discover Toyota's 4 and all-wheel drives for yourself. Visit any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.
Good food, cold beer, and plenty of entertainment. That's what Sporty Steakhouse is all about. Open 6 a.m. every day. We offer over 100 reasonably priced menu items with 24 different ice-cold beers on tap and a wide variety of spirits. Come in with your favorite group, watch the game on our big screen TV, shoot pool, play shuffleboard, and more. We have live music and DJs, so find us on Facebook for upcoming events. Located on East Broadway Avenue in Moses Lake. Sporty Steakhouse, where good friends meet.
Welcome back. Our next story is about a group's efforts to warn about the dangers of marijuana before retail stores open in Grant County. And here's Cameron Probert with the story.
The members of the Moses Lake Community Prevention Coalition have a message. Marijuana may be legal, but it's not harmless. The coalition has taken its message to forums, schools, city council meetings, and most recently KBSN radio. Ryan Leonard, Carolyn Pence, and Lee Allison Ray sat down with radio host Harold Hochstetter for an hour to talk about the implications of legalizing marijuana sales. The coalition's goal is to prevent underage substance abuse. Pence, Leonard, and Allison Ray fear the more marijuana becomes socially acceptable, the more children will see it as a normal activity. Leonard said the experiment of legalizing marijuana allows society to focus on ways to not repeat the same failures society has made with alcohol and tobacco. She pointed to the mistakes of advertising aimed at children and families being misinformed about the law.
A lot of our youth, unfortunately, are seeing legalization and equating that with safe and healthy alternative. And we definitely know that marijuana is not safe for people who are basically under their mid-20s.
They hope the education that the coalition provides will help people make better choices. While they disagree with legalizing marijuana, they don't want to infringe on people's right to use the drug.
Is very dangerous. There's a lot of dangers that go with underage drinking, overdoses, other drugs getting used or mixed in, the quality, the purity of things that people are using.
Leonard said the coalition is trying to combat the idea that marijuana is harmless, using existing research and presenting it to people.
These are not things that we're just making up in the back room because we think it's good to say. These are things that are supported by national research studies, National Institute of Health, NIDA. Yeah, I forget all the acronyms, but I mean, these are groups that are spending their lives and their money and research dollars to look at this.
For iFIBER 1 News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
Audrey Ramsden held her coronation celebration to raise funds for her travel as Miss Rodeo Washington 2014. Here with the story is Vivian Huang.
Audrey Ramsden held her coronation celebration Saturday to raise funds for her travel as Miss Rodeo Washington 2014. As Miss Rodeo Washington, Ramsden will be promoting Washington State and the Western way of life, as well as educating people about agriculture and the livestock industry.
Well, I think a lot of people have a misconception about what rodeo is really about, and there's a lot of animal rights groups that have portrayed it in a very negative way, when in reality it has a fantastic moral concept. It's all about hard work and family and, putting your animals' care first. The rodeo animals get some of the best care in the world, and so I really think it's important as my job as representing that lifestyle because it's deeply rooted in the history of our country and how the West was founded essentially. So I think it's very important that I'm representing rodeo.
Ramsden met her fundraising goal and is heading to Bremerton on February 15th for Miss Teen Rodeo, then to Florida at the end of February for the next leg of her tour. For iFIBER 1 News, I'm Courtney Vasquez.
We'll be right back.
Did you know that Little Chiefs Childcare is expanding their Juniper Street location? This great new place across from Moses Lake Clinic is designed just for preschool and school-aged children. For over 8 years, Little Chiefs kids like me have found the love and attention every child needs to be healthy and happy. The grown-ups there have gone to college, so they know how to make sure kids from 1 month to 12 years old have a great place to learn and play. Come join our growing Little Chiefs tribe.
Ready for some classy, laid-back fun? Imbibe in Moses Lake is a place for you. Imbibe has a huge selection of your favorite wine and beer on tap from local brewers. We have kegs to go, and we can fill your growler. Remember that summertime is beer time. Come enjoy our live music on Fridays and make sure to reserve a spot for private parties. What are you waiting for? This is the place to enjoy your favorite drinks with your favorite people. Find us on 3rd Avenue in Moses Lake, Washington, or call us at 509-765-1119.
Our next story is about the Columbia Ridge Elementary School Science Fair, and reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
Ephrata's Columbia Ridge Elementary School Science Fair recently drew about 40 entries with more than 50 individual students or students on teams. Kindergartners to 4th graders took part in the event, which was the first one in many years. Fair co-chair Stephanie Mills, who had 2 daughters compete in the event, shared why the Parent Teachers Organization organized the event.
We understand that there is a global need for children to be very interested in STEM careers, meaning science, technology, engineering, and math. And so we wanted to instill an interest in that in our students, especially let them know that no matter what your gender or your background, you can be a scientist.
Columbia Ridge students, for the most part, came up with their own science project ideas.
Well, we provided them with a night where we could give them some suggestions, but we also encouraged them to look online. Their teachers gave them a lot of ideas, and we did send them to the North Central Regional Library as well to look things up.
Columbia Ridge principal Scott Monson said the fair was a success largely because of support from parents.
PTO has organized this science fair, and we hope to keep it going every year. But we've had them in the past, but a long time ago. There's a real push for science in the schools right now, science and math. And when we were talking to PTO, my PTO here at Columbia Ridge is very interested in science and math. So it was only natural that we try and get this going.
Students were interviewed by judges about their projects. First grader Bailey Broche won first place for her project. What 3D glasses are the best?
We thought that what 3D glasses are the best, and we found out that blue and pink are the best.
Third grader Gabe Daly's project involved a motor and a plastic dinosaur.
Yeah, it's a robot. It's just plastic.
Fourth grader Wesley Houskin explained what his project was all about.
It's about how and in which order common household liquids stack. For example, the vegetable oil stacked on top of the water. But in my hypothesis, I thought it would be the other way around. And also in my hypothesis, I thought the water would be at the very top and honey at the very bottom. I was right about honey being at the very bottom, but wrong about water being at the top. Rubbing alcohol was at the top.
Best of Fair winner Anna Pugh, a fourth grader, in April will go to the Washington State Science and Engineering Fair in Bremerton. She will compete for a money prize there. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local Ephrata Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
6 years ago, my dad began having issues with headaches, sore throats, and constant fatigue. He tried treating the problem with over-the-counter medications and lots of caffeine. Finally, he talked to his doctor, who confirmed our suspicions. Dad had sleep apnea. He didn't like the idea of using a CPAP, but after trying it one night, he was convinced. We found everything he needs for a much better quality of life at In-Home Medical.
The next story is about a Warden woman's artistic efforts to raise awareness for breast cancer. Here's Jeff Chu with that story.
Their symbol is a red leather bra, a work of rodeo art designed and created by Wardens Mary Lynn Duncan. Their cause is breast cancer awareness, and the bra draws attention to a disease that affects so many. Many of them have lost loved ones to the disease. They are embracing a cure, an unlikely alliance between Swim Across America and Moses Lake Roundup Rodeo. The two diverse groups have one strong common bond. They have united to help in the effort to find a cure for cancer. Duncan, a former Moses Lake rodeo queen who today is a seamstress and leather artist who has attired rodeo queens for the past 10 years, shared how she got involved in embracing a cure.
It's been a fun project. I saw a photograph online of a bra, a leather bra that someone else, another leather artist had made. And I reposted a picture of it on my Facebook page saying basically that I wanted to make one of these and were there any takers? Was anyone interested? And I got a huge response. A lot of people responded, and Sue Tebow was one of them. Her response was, wouldn't that be a great representation, a great fundraiser basically for one of the breast cancer awareness projects.
Duncan's work can be seen on rodeo queens around the region.
Dreams come true to be able to produce some of the beautiful leather dresses and the jackets and the interview outfits and horsemanship blouses and chaps, queen's chaps, that I've gotten to do the last few years.
Sue Tebow with Moses Lake Roundup explained how the local Swim Across America, which benefits Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, partnered with the Rodeo Roundup to share the cause.
We decided to invite the rodeo into the Swim Across America so those two sports could come together for one cause.
2014 Miss Moses Lake Roundup, Heather Fleming, a senior at Eastern Washington University who is from Quincy and is studying to become a dental hygienist, talked about the rodeo's involvement in embracing a cure.
The money raised benefits the cancer care team at Confluence Health, and that team helps our cancer patients here in our local community.
Tebow, like Duncan and Fleming, is personally invested in the cause to fight cancer. All three have lost loved ones to the disease.
My sister-in-law recently passed away from cancer. She had uterine cancer, breast cancer, she had bone cancer, she had lung cancer, and then brain cancer. And so it is important to me to support these places that supported her. They took such good care of her, and these people do such good work, and we know they need the money.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
That wraps up our weekend edition. iFIBER 1 News will be back on Monday at 5 p.m. with the latest news from around the Columbia Basin. Thanks for watching.